Well, in the next 11 months, we know a lot of you will be watching the presidential race from the ground up, state by state. Well, there's an interesting new website, Politics in Stereo, that does exactly that and provides perspectives from the right, left, and down the middle. Joining me now, Nathan Gonzalez. He's the founder of Politics in Stereo. He's also the Rothenberg Political Report and Roll Call, sort of the senator editor there. So explain the concept of Politics in Stereo. See if you do a better job than I did, I imagine.
Well, Chuck, I know this is going to come as a surprise to you, but there's a lot of folks out there who don't trust the media, and they also don't have a lot of time to go to different sources and figure out what perspective they're coming from. So what we've done is we've created a website, politicsinstereo.com, where we brought together top reporters, analysts, bloggers on the left, on the right, and nonpartisan sources, and put them together side by side in a three-column format where people can get political news from different perspectives but see it all together.
But the point of this is on a local level. So, for instance, you gave a great example when you were telling me about this. So if you want to follow what's going on the ground in Nevada, whether it's that Senate race, and you see a great column tweeted in a paper, and you wonder, well, is that columnist normally left or right? I mean, is that's sort of one of the ideas here, right? So you can help sort of the junkie that isn't a regular reader of the Las Vegas Review-Journal or the Las Vegas Sun know, hey, this guy is a reporter and this guy is a conservative columnist or a liberal columnist.
That's exactly right. You know, not only is there the national page, but there are state pages where it's a window into that state's politics. So in Nevada, we have John Ralston in the center, who is fantastic. On the left, we have Steve Sebelius and Hugh Jackson of the Las Vegas Gleaner. On the right, we have Orrin Johnson and E. Crum. And together, you know, you can immediately tell what perspective they're coming from. And that doesn't say that their analysis isn't good. It's that, you know, this is where they're coming from, and you see it, you know, all together, so it's easily digestible, and hopefully it won't give people indigestion as we get into this political season. All
right, let's put your other hat on. Our NBC Wall Street Journal poll, I know you believe it's also the gold standard of national polling, I hope. And if you don't, you have to, you're going to have to fake it. But the generic congressional ballot, third straight poll, Democrats leading Republicans. To me, it's like, you know, the number had been vacillating a lot, and now it seems like there is a sustained Democratic lead. It's small, but it's sustaining.
Sure. I still think that when we get to the end of the day, the economy is going to be the top issue. And even though, you know, I want to believe that Americans understand we have three branches of government and Republicans are in control of the House, I think the responsibility is ultimately going to fall on the president. And if the economy is still struggling, that's going to hurt his party, and it's going to make Democratic chances of taking the House more difficult. You know, it's true that Congress isn't popular, candidates aren't popular, but race by race, I think it's still an uphill fight for Democrats.
Well, as some of the folks on Congress always like to say, as bad as our rating is collectively, they say their rating technically is better than the president's in the districts. All right. Nathan Gonzalez, it's Politics in Stereo. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I think it's a good idea. Or we wouldn't have put you on, right?
Of course.
All right, buddy.